Hello student, today we are going to start a new chapter which is multiple and factors. What happened Ria? Why you are looking so sad today?
Ma'am, yesterday I have collected many flowers that I need to group to make a bouquet for my mom and that marriage anniversary. But I can't understand how to do it so that no flower is left behind.
Do not worry Ria, I will tell you a trick after which you will have not one but many ways of grouping of flowers.
Ma'am, what is this trick?
I'm talking about factors. A factor of a number divides that number without leaving any remainder. So for example, you have 20 flowers. So now we need to find the what are the factors of 20. When 20 is divided by its factor, it doesn't leave any remainder. So try and arrange the flowers simultaneously. Since we have 20 flowers, let us try put 2 flowers in one group first. This way we can make 10 groups of 2 flower each and the no flower is left behind. Similarly, we can make 2 groups of 10 flowers each with no flower left behind. Hence, we can say both 2 and 10 are factors of 20. Now, we can arrange 4 flowers in one group. This way, we can make 5 groups of 4 flowers each. Similarly, we can even make 4 groups of 5 flowers. Hence, 4 and 5 are factors of 20.
Ma'am, can we put 3 flowers in one group?
We will be able to make 6 groups of 3 flowers, but 2 flowers will be left behind. It means 3 is not a factor of 20. Make one group of 20 flowers also. Means factors of 20 will be 1, 2, 4, 5, 10 and 20. So here you can observe factor of 20 will be 20 also. It means a number is a factor of itself. Every number except 1 has at least 2 factors, 1 and the number itself. Numbers which are having only 2 factors, 1 and the number itself, are called prime numbers. Factors of 2 are 1 and 2. It means 2 is having only 2 factors, then 1 and 2, 1 and the number itself. It means 2 is a prime number. Numbers which have more than 2 factors are called composite numbers. Factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4 and 8. It means 8 is having more than 2 factors. So 8 is a composite number. So now tell me, 7 will be a composite number or a prime number? Because 7 is having only 2 factors, 1 and 7, 1 and the number itself. It means 7 is a prime number. Numbers which have no common factors other than 1 are called co-prime numbers. Now see the example. Factors of 19 are 1 and 19 and the factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 and 24. Both are having only one common factor which is 1. It means 19 and 24 are co-prime numbers. Now we will discuss about multiples. A multiple of a number is the product of the given number and any other counting numbers. It means we can find out the multiple of any number by multiplying it with any other counting number. So now see the example, how can we find out the multiple of 5. 5 multiplied with 1 will be 5, 5 multiplied with 2 will be 10, 5 multiplied with 3 will be 15. So it means here we are multiplying 5 with any other counting number. So we are getting the multiple of 5. So in the same way we can find out the multiple of any number. So now I will tell you some tricks by which you can easily find out any number will be divisible by other number or not. A number will be divisible by 2 if it is an even number. It means the digit at its ones place should be 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Here you can see the example. Here in the number last digit is 6. It means this number will be divisible by 2. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digit is divisible by 3. It means in that case we have to find out the sum of digit. Here example is given 3789. So first we have to find out the sum of digits. So 3 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 will be 27. Now we will see 27 will be divisible by 3 or not. Yes, it will be divisible by 3. So 27 is divisible by 3, so it means that the given number will be divisible by 3. A number will be divisible by 4 if its last two digits are either 0 or the number formed by them is divisible by 4. So in that case what we will see? We will see the last two digits. So in this example the last two digits are 3 and 2. So it is forming 32. So 32 is divisible by 4 because 4 8 ja 32. So it means the given number will also be divisible by 4. A number is divisible by 5 if the digit at its ones place is 0 or 5. So for checking the divisibility by 5, we have to check the last digit. So last digit should be 0 or 5. So here in the example, you can see in the first number, last digit is 5. So it means this number will be divisible 5. And in the second number, last digit is 0. It means this number will also be divisible by 5. A number is divisible by 6 if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. So it means we have to check first कि it will be divisible by 2 or not, it will be divisible by 3 or not. If it will be divisible by both the numbers, then it will be divisible by 6. Number is divisible by 8 if the last three digits are either 0 or the number formed by them is divisible by 8. So for checking a number is divisible by 8 or not, we have to see the last three digits. So in this example, you can see the last digits are 800 and the number is formed by these three digits is 800. So 800 will be divisible by 8. So it means the given number will also be divisible by 8. A number will be divisible by 9 if the sum of digits is divisible by 9. So here you can see the example. Here first we have to find out the sum of digits. So sum of digit is 7 plus 0 plus 9 plus 6 plus 5 is 27. So 27 will be divisible by 9 because 9 3 ja 27. So the given number will be divisible by 9. Number is divisible by 10 if the digit at its ones place is 0. So here in the example you can see in 78,950 last digit is 0. It means this number will be divisible by 10. A number is divisible by 11 if the difference between the sum of digit at odd places and the sum of digit at even places is either 0 or a number divisible by 11. So here you can see the example in which first we have to find out the sum of digit at the odd places. Okay, so in the odd places what are the digits here? On the first place there is 0 and the third place there is 6 and in the fifth place there is 8 and the sum of digits is 14. Now we have to find out the sum of digit at even places and the sum of digit at even places are 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Now we have to find the difference between them. So 14 minus 3 will be 11. 11 is divisible by 11. So it means the given number will also be divisible by 11. Now we will discuss about HCF, means highest common factor. HCF, the HCF of two or more numbers is the greatest number which divides each of the numbers without leaving behind any remainder. HCF is also known as greatest common factor, GCF. HCF help us to equally distribute a set of items in a maximum number of groups possible. Now I'm taking one example for explaining HCF. Let us assume if you have 48 pencils and 36 erasers and you need to divide and distribute equally them to everyone so that no pencil and eraser will left out. Also, each group has same number of pencils and eraser. So what is the maximum possible number that you can make? For that we need to calculate HCF of 48 and 30. For calculating HCF, first we have to find out the factors of 48 and 36. So factors of 48 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24 and 48. All these numbers will be completely divisible by 48. And the factors of 36 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18 and 36. These numbers are also will be divisible by 36. So now we will see the common factors between them. The common factors between the 48 and 36 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. So among all the factors, 12 is the greatest factor. So this 12 will be HCF of 48 and 36. So 12 will be the HCF of 48 and 36. So it means we can make maximum 12 groups using 48 pencils and 36 erasers, and in each group there will be equal number of pencils and erasers. So now for finding out how many pencils and erasers will be there in each group, for that we have to divide the numbers with HCF. So 48 divided by 12 will be 4 and the 36 divided by 12 will be 3. So it means in each group there will be 4 pencils and 3 erasers. There will be 12 such groups. Now we will discuss about LCM, least common multiple. LCM is the smallest common multiple of two or more numbers. So now I am taking one example for explaining the concept of LCM. For example, there are 6 star stickers in one packet and 9 round stickers in another packet. Let us say you need to know the minimum number of packet you need to buy so that total number of star sticker is equal to total number of round sticker. So the concept of LCM we will apply here. So now we need to find out the LCM of 6 and 9. So for that first we will find out the multiples of 6 and 9. So the multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60 and so on. And the multiples of 9 are 9, 18, 26, 7, 36, 45, 54, 63 and so on. So now we need to find out the common multiples of 6 and 9. So the common multiple of 6 and 9 are 18, 36 and 54. So LCM means least common multiple. So the least common multiple is here is 18. So 18 will be the smallest common multiple between 6 and 9. So the LCM of 6 and 9 will be 18. So now for finding out how many star stickers packet and the round sticker packets we need to purchase for making them equal, we need to divide. 18 divided by 6 will be 3 and the 18 divided by 9 will be 2. So we need to purchase 3 star stickers packet and 2 round sticker packet for making them equal. Now I am starting the exercise 3.1. Our first question is check the divisibility of the following number by 3 and 9. So how can we check this number is divisible by 3 and 9 or not? So for checking this we will find out the sum of digit. Okay, so 7 plus 2 plus 3 will be 12. Now we will see this 12 is 12 if 12 this 12 is divisible by 3 or not. Okay, so we are dividing by 3. So we are getting 4 and the remainder is 0. If the remainder is 0, it means this number will be divisible by 3. Okay, so 723 will be divisible by 3. Now we will see 12 will be divisible by 9 or not. Okay, so we are dividing 12 by 9 for checking it is divisible by 9 or not. So 9 ones are 9, so there 3 will be remainder. It means 0 is not remainder, 3 is remainder. It means this will not be divisible by 9. Now our second question is 9604. Okay, so first we will find out the sum of digit. Sum of digit is 9 plus 6 plus 0 plus 4. This is 19. 19, you can say if you will divide 19 by 3, then there will be one remainder. It means this will not be divisible by 3. Okay, so again if you divide 19 by 9, then also there will be one remainder, then also it means this number will not be divisible by 9 also. Okay, so this was our second question. Now this is our second question. Check the divisibility of the following number by 5 and 10. Okay, so for checking any number is divisible by 5 or 10, what is the rule? If the last digit of a number is 5 or 0, it means that number will be divisible by 5. Okay, and if the last digit of any number is 0, then it will be divisible by 10. Okay, so we will first write the last digit. Here the last digit is 5. Okay, so if the last digit will be 5 or 0, that means that number will be divisible by 5. So this number will be divisible by 5. Okay, now we will see the last digit. Last digit is 5, but for divisibility rule of 10 is that the last digit should be 0, but it is not 0. It means this number will not be divisible by 10. Now our second question, this one. Okay, now we have written this question. We will write the last digit. Last digit is 0. If the last digit of any number is 0 or 5, so that number will be divisible by 5. So here the last digit is 0. It means that this number will be divisible by 5. Okay, if the last digit of any number will be 0, then that number will also be divisible by 10. So this number also will be divisible by 10. So this was our second question. Now our third question is check the divisibility of the following number by 11. Okay, so what is the divisibility rule of 11? First we will write this number as it is. Okay, and that rule is the sum of the sum of the digit at odd. First we will find out the sum of digit at the odd places. Okay, so here the odd places are, this is odd place 1, 3 and 5. Fifth place is odd place 1, 3 and 5. These are odd places. Okay, and these are even places. Second and fourth is even place. Okay, so we will find out the sum of digit at odd places. Sum of digit at odd places are 7 plus 6 plus 1. 7 plus 6 plus 1. Okay, so 7 and 6 13 and 1 14. Okay, now we will find out sum of digit at even places. Even even means second and fourth. 5 plus 9, it is 14. Now we will find out the difference of both. 14 minus 14, so it will be 0. If it will as per divisibility rule, the difference should be 0 or 11. So difference is 0, it means this number will be divisible by 11. Okay, so 75691 is divisible by 11. So our next question is check the divisibility of the following number by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 and 11 and color the box green if divisible and red if not divisible. Okay, so we will color the box green if it will be divisible and we will fill the color red if it is not divisible. By solving this question we will revise all the concepts. Okay, so here number is this. So for checking this number will be divisible by 2 or not, the rule is last digit should be 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. So here the last digit is 0, it means this number will be divisible by 2. So we will fill the green color here. We will fill green color here. Okay, now what is the divisibility rule for 3? So first we have to find out the sum of digits. Sum of digit is 8 plus 1 plus 6 plus 2 plus 0. Okay, so 8 and 1 9 and 6 15 and 2 17. Okay, so 17 will not be 17. We will divide 17 by 3. 3 5 ja 15, and here the 2 is remainder. It means this number will not be divisible by 3. So we will fill the color red here. Okay, and for 4, what is the divisibility rule? We will see the last two digits. Last two digits are 2 and 0 20. Now we will see these two. 20 will be divisible by 4 or not? Yes, 20 will be divisible by 4. 4 5 ja 50. So this means this number will be divisible by 4. So we will fill the color, we will fill green color here. Okay, now what is the divisibility rule of 5? Last digit should be 0 or 5. Here the last digit is 0, it means this will be divisible by 5. So we will fill again green color. Now what is the divisibility of rule of 6? The number should be divisible by 2 and 3 both, but this number is divisible by 2 only. It is not divisible by 3. It means this will not divisible by 6. So we will fill the green color, red color, because it is not divisible by 6. And now what is the divisibility rule of 8? We have to see the last 3 digits. Okay, we will see the last 3 digits. Last 3 digits are 6 2 zeros, and this will be divisible by 8. Okay, so we will divide by 8. And it is not divisible by 8 because 4 is remainder. It means this number will not be divisible by 8. So we have to fill the red color here. Now what is the divisibility rule of 9? The sum, first we have to find out the sum of digits. Sum of digits will be 8 plus 1 9 plus 6 15 and 2 17, and we will divide 17 by 9. So 9 1 ja 9. So here 8 is remainder. It means this number will not be divisible by 9. So we have to fill again a red color. Now what is the divisibility rule for 10? The last digit should be 0. Here the last digit is 0. It means this number will be divisible by 10. So we will fill the green color here. Now the last one, 11. So what is the divisibility rule for the 11? I'm writing the number here, and we will find out the sum of digit at odd places. So here the odd places are 1 3 and 5. So first sum of digit at odd places, because these are odd places. 8 plus 6 plus 0 means 14. Now we will find out the sum of digit at even places. So here even places are 1 and 2. Sum of digit at even places, 1 plus 2, so will be 3. Now difference 14 minus 3 will be 11. If it will be 11 or 0, that it means that number will be divisible by 11. So here the difference is 11. It means this number will be divisible by 11. So we will fill the green color. So now I am starting the exercise 3.2. Our first question is, which of the following pairs are co-prime? Here two numbers are given and we have to find out these are co-prime or not. First you should know what is co-prime number. The number are said to be co-prime if the common factor between them is only 1. The common factor between them should be 1. Okay, so first we will find out the factors of both the numbers by using factor tree, or you can find out by the prime factorization also. Here I am applying the factor tree method. 16. Okay, so first we will see this number will be divisible by 2 or not. Okay, so last digit is 6, it means this will be divisible by 2. Okay, so if we will divide by 2, what we will get? 8. Okay, now this 2 is prime number, so we will leave this number. Now 8. Now 8 will be divisible by 2 or not? Yes, 8 will be divisible by 2 because 8 is an even number. So how many times? 4 times. 2 4 are 8. Okay, 2 8 are 16. Here you can see. Now 4 will be divisible by 2 or not? Yes, 4 will be divisible by 2. 2 times 2 2 are 4. Okay, now 21. Now 21, because here the last digit is not 0 2 4 6 or 8, so this number will not be divisible by 2. Now we will see it will be divisible by 3 or not. Yes, it will be divisible by 3 because 3 7 will be 21. So 3 7 21. Now 7, because 7 is prime number, so now it will not be divisible by any number. So factors of 21 will be 3 and 7. So factors of 16 are 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Okay, and the factors of 21 are 3 into 7, and 1 is factor of all the numbers, so here we can write 1. Okay, so now we will write common factors. Common factors are, nothing is common except 1, so here 1 is common, so common factor is 1. So these two numbers are co-prime because here the common factor of both the numbers is only 1. So these two numbers will be co-prime. So 16 and 21 are co-prime because in both the numbers only 1 is the common factor. That's why these both number will be co-prime. This is our second question. So first we will find out the factors. Okay, so factors of 46. So 46 will be divisible by 2 or not, because the last digit is 6. If the last digit of any number is 0 2 4 6 or 8, that number will be divisible by 2. So it means this number will be divisible by 2, but how many times? So for that we have to divide. 46 divided by 2. 2 2 ja 4, 2 3 ja 6, 23 times. Okay, so 23 times. Now you can see 23 is a prime number, it will not be divisible by any other number, so we have to stop here only. So factors of 46 will be 2 and 23. Now we will find out the factors of 108. 108 will be divisible by 2 or not? Yes, it will be divisible by 2 because the last digit is 8. But how many times? For that we have to divide. 108 divided by 2. 2 5 ja 10, 2 4 ja 8. 54 times. Now we will find out the factors of 54. 54 will be divisible by 2 because the last digit is 4. So we will divide. If we will divide by 2, then we will get 27. Okay, now 27 will not be divisible by 2 because the last digit is 7. So it will be divisible by 3 because 3 9 ja 27. Now 9 will be divisible by 3. how many times? 3 times. 3 3 ja 9. Okay, so now these are both prime numbers, so we have to stop here. So factors of 46 are 2 and 23. Factors of 108 are 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3, and the common factors are common. 2 is common. Here the 2 is common, so here the common factors are 2 is 2, and 1 is also a common factor because 1 is factor of every number. So here the common factor is not only 1, here the common factor is 2 also. So these two numbers are not co-prime because numbers are said to be co-prime if the common factor of them between means only 1. Here the two common factors are there, 2 and 1, so these two numbers are not co-prime. So 46 and 108 are not co-prime. These are not co-prime. Now I am starting the next exercise, which is 3.3. Our first question is find the HCF of the following numbers using prime factorization method. So first we should know what is HCF. The HCF is also known as greatest common factor. So first we have to find the factors of both the numbers by using the prime factorization method. So first I am finding the factors of these two numbers, 72, by prime factorization method. Now 72, it will be divisible by 2 or not? Yes, it will be divisible by 2 because the last digit is 2. Okay, so it will be divisible by 2. How many times? Here we have to divide. 72 divided by 2 will be 2 3 ja 6, 2 6 ja 12, 36 time it will be divisible. 36 time it will be divisible. Okay, now 36 will be divisible by 2 or not? Yes, it will be divisible by 2 because the last digit is 6. Okay, if we will divide 36 by 2, so what we will get? 2 1 ja 2, 2 8 ja 16, so we will get 18. Okay, now 18 will be divisible by 2 because 2 9 ja 18. Now 9 will not be divisible by 2, it will be divisible by 3. 3 3 ja 9, 3 1 ja 3. Here you can see all the factors are prime numbers, so this is prime factorization method. So we have find out the factors of 72 by prime factorization method. In the same way we will find out the factors of 84. First we have to see if 84 will be divisible by 2 or not, because the last digit is 4, it means it will be divisible by 2. So we have to divide by 2. 2 4 ja 8, 2 2 ja 1. So what we will get? 42. So 42 times it will be divisible. Okay, now again last digit is 2, it means it will be divisible by 2. If we will divide, then we will get 21. Now 21 will not be divisible by 2, it will be divisible by 3. 3 7 ja 21. Now 7 will be divisible by 7 only. So factors of 84 will be 2 2 3 and 7. So now we will write the factors of 72. We have written the factors of 72, 2 2 2 3 and 3. Okay, and factors of 84 are 2 2 and 3 and 7. So now we will write common factors. Common factors are 2 is common, again 2 is common, and 3 is common here. So common factors are 2 2 and 3. So 2 2 ja 4 and 4 3 ja 12. 2 2 ja 4 and 4 3 ja 12. So HCF will be 12. HCF will be 12. So HCF of 72 and 84 will be 12. Now our next question is find the HCF of the following numbers by long division method. In the previous question we have find out the HCF by the prime factorization method, and here we will apply the long division method. So here I will tell you how can we find out. So here first we will divide the numbers. So, the larger number we will write here, 68 we will write here, and the 32 we will write here. Okay, so 32 1 ja 32, 32 2 ja 64, 8 minus 4 will be 4 0. Okay, now this 4 will become new divisor, and that 32, the previous divisor, will become dividend. So 32 will become dividend, and this remainder will become the new divisor. Okay, so this I have to write here, and this will become divisor. So 4 8 ja 32. Now the last divisor will be our HCF. So HCF of 32 and 68 will be 4. Okay, the last divisor. So in this method, that remainder will become new divisor. Okay, and the last divisor was 32, previous divisor was 32, will become new dividend. Okay, and the last divisor will be the HCF. So HCF of 32 and 68 will be 4. So our next question is 48, 70 and 130. So here how can we find out the HCF by long division method? Here so 3 numbers are given, we can find out. First we will take 2 numbers and then we will take 2 again. Okay, so how? First we will take 2 numbers, 48 and 70 I am taking here. Okay, so 70 is larger number, so we will write 70 as a dividend and 48 as a divisor. Okay, so 48 1 ja 48, 20 will be remainder. Now the last divisor will become new dividend. Okay, so 40 it will come here, and this 22 will become divisor. So 22 2 ja 44. Okay, now this 4 will become divisor, and this 22 will become dividend. 4 5 ja 22. Now 4 will become dividend. 2 2 ja 4. Okay, now this last divisor will be our HCF. So HCF of 48 and 70 will be 2. The HCF of 48 and 70 will be 2, that last divisor. HCF of 48 and 70 is 2. Now we will find out the HCF of 2 and the last number, that was 130. So HCF of 2 and 130. So for that we will divide 130 divided by 2. Okay, so 2 6 ja 12, 2 5 ja 10. So here the answer will be 2. So final answer will be HCF of 48, 70 and 130 will be 2. So this was our answer. Now I am starting the exercise 3.4. Our first question is find the HCF of the following number by prime factorization method. So here first we will find out the LCM by prime factorization method. What is LCM? That already we have discussed in introduction part. So now we will apply the prime factorization. First we will find out the factors by prime factorization. 12, 2 6 ja 12, 2 3 ja 6, 3 1 ja 3. Now 18, 2 9 ja 18. Now it will 9 will not be divisible by 2, so 3 3 ja 9, 3 1 ja 3. Okay, so factors of 12 will be 2 into 2 into 3. Okay, and the factors of 18 are 2 into 3 into 3. Okay, so here the common factors are 2 and 3. So LCM, how we will write? Both those are common, we will write once. Okay, these are common, so we will write 1. Okay, this 2 is not common, so we have to write this 2 also. These 3 are common, so we will write it once, then we will write this 3, remaining 3. Okay, so 2 2 ja 4, 3 ja 12, 3 ja 36. Okay, so in the LCM we are writing the common factors once, and those are not common also we will write those also, and we will multiply all the numbers. So after multiplying we will get 36. As we discussed already, what is LCM? LCM of two or more numbers is the smallest or least common multiple of the given number, which is divisible by each of the numbers. So here you can see 36 will be divisible by 12 also, and 18 also. It will be completely divisible by 12 and 18. So LCM of 12 and 18 is 36. Now the second question, 26, 42 and 66. Here first we will find out the factors of 26. 2 1 ja 2, 2 3 ja 6. 13 is prime number, so we will 13. 42. 2 2 ja 1, 2 1 ja 2. 3 7 ja 7 1 ja 7. 66. 2 3 ja 6, 3 ja 6. 33. If we will divide 66 by 2, then we will get 33. Now 33 will not be divisible by 2 because the last digit is 3. So it will be it will be divisible by 3. So after division we will get 11. So these are the factors of 26, 42 and 66. So 40 factors of 22 into 13, and factors of 42 are 2 into 3 into 7, and factors of 66 are 2 into 3 into 11. So first we will group the common factors. So these are the common factors. Okay, these are the common factors. So how can we find out the LCM? By multiplying the common factors. 2 and 3 are common factors, and by multiplying all the remaining prime factors also. So remaining prime factors are 13 into 7 and into 11. If we multiply all the numbers together, then after we will get 6006. So this is our LCM. Now our next question is find the LCM of the following number by division method. So previously we have find out the LCM by applying the prime factorization method. Now we will apply the division method. Okay, so 1628. So first we will divide both the numbers with the smallest prime number. The smallest prime number will be 2. So 2 8 ja 16, and 2 if we will divide by 2 28, then we will get 14. Then again with the smallest prime number, which is 2. 2 4 ja 8, and 2 7 ja 14. Okay, now again we will divide with the smallest prime number, which will be 2. So 2 2 ja 4. Here you will see that 7 will not be divisible by 2, so we will write the 7 as it is. Okay, now again we will divide by the smallest prime number, which will be 2. So 2 1 ja 2, and this will not be 7 will not be divisible by 2, so 7 will remain 7 only. Okay, now we will divide with the smallest prime number, so it will not be divisible by 2 3 4 5 and 6. It will be divisible by 7 only. So 7, 1 will remain same, and 7 1 ja 7. So now we will multiply all the factors. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 and into 7. So 2 2 ja 4, 4 2 ja 8, 8 2 ja 16, and 16 7 ja 112. So our answer will be 112. Now this is our second question. In this also, in this three numbers are given. This also we will apply the division method and we will find out the LCM. Okay, so 10, 15 and 30. Okay, we will divide it with smallest prime number, which is 2. So 2 5s are 10 and 15 will not be divisible by 2, so 15 will remain 15 only, and 2 divided by 30 will be 15 we will get. Now you are saying ki, here there is no even number, so we have to divide by another number, so we will divide by 3. Okay, 3 5 ja 15, 3 5 ja 15. Okay, now we will divide with 5, 5 1 ja 5, 5 1 ja 5. So LCM will be 2 into 3 into 5. 2 into 3 will be 6, 6 5 ja 30. Okay, so LCM of 10, 15 and 30 will be 30. Now our next question is the LCM of 25 and the 65 is 325. So find the HCF. See, this you already have learned the relationship between the HCF and LCM. HCF into LCM is equal to product of two numbers. So here HCF, we have to find out the HCF. LCM is given and the product of two numbers is also given. So we will find out the HCF. So what will be the formula of HCF? Product of two numbers divided by LCM. Okay, find out the product of two numbers. Numbers are given 25 and 65 and the LCM is given 325. If we multiply 25 with 65, then we will get 1625 and 325. If we will divide after division, we will get 5 here. So HCF will be 5. HCF will be 5. So in the question what was given? The LCM of two numbers 25 and 65 was given 325 and the HCM was not given. So here the formula of HCF is product of two number divided by LCM, and the first we have to find the product of two numbers. The two numbers were given 25 and 65. After we will multiply and we will divide the product with LCM, and the LCM was given that was 325. After the multiplication of 25 and the 65, we will get 1625 and we will divide 1625 with 325. After the division, we will get number 5. So this is the HCF of 25 and 65. So our next question is the LCM of two numbers is 1344 and their HCF is 4. If one of the number is 84, find the other number. So here what is given? LCM. Okay, LCM is given okay, and the HCF is also given 4 and the one number is given, it is 84, and the other number we have to find out. Okay, so what is the formula for the second number? This we already have learned. Second number, what is the formula? HCF into LCM divided by first number. This is formula for finding out the second number. So HCF is given 4 and the LCM is given, and the first number is given 84. If we multiply both numbers, then we will get 5376, and if we divide this number with 84, then we will get 64. So our second number will be 64. So this is our answer. Now I am starting the exercise 3.5. First question is 210 green, 252 red and the 294 orange balls are equally distributed among some students so that no ball is left. So what is the biggest possible number of student who got the balls. So here what is the hint given? Biggest possible. Whenever the biggest, highest, greatest, these terms are given in the question, then in that case we have to find out the HCF, here we have to find out the great what is the greatest possible number of student who got the equal number of balls for the because we want to distribute these green, red and orange balls equally among the student. So we have to need find out the HCF, because hint is given biggest possible. Biggest term is given whenever the biggest, highest, greatest, these terms are given in the question, we have to find out the HCF. So we need to find out the HCF of 210, 252 and 294. Okay, so we will find out you can find out the HCF by time factorization method or by long division method. So here I am finding out the HCF by long division method. So first I will take these two numbers, 252 divided by 210. Okay, so now this will become divisor and this will become dividend. 210, 42 5 will be 210. So HCF of 210 and 252 will be 42. Now we will take the remaining number. So we will find out the HCF 42 and 294. 294, 42. So it will be divisible by 7 times. So our HCF will be 42. So HCF of 210, 252 and 294 will be 42. So this will be our answer. So hence the biggest possible number of students who got the balls is 42. Then there will be no balls left behind. So answer will be 42. So now our next question is, Soumya has 12 sandwiches, 15 cookies. She want to pack them to make identical refreshment boxes. What is the greatest number of boxes that can she pack? So here also hint is given, greatest number of boxes. So I already told you, whenever the greatest, highest, largest, maximum, these terms are given in the question, in that case we have to find out the HCF. Okay, so here we find out the HCF of, so here we need to find HCF of 12 and 15. Okay, so 12 and 15, because Soumya want to make the identical refreshment boxes. So there should be equal number of sandwich and cookies in each group. Okay, so here I am applying the long division method. 12 so now 12, so 3, answer will be 3. So HCF of 12 and 15 will be 3. So Soumya only can make 3 boxes of sandwiches and cookies, in which in each box there will be equal number of sandwiches and cookies, and there will be no cookies and sandwich left behind. So Soumya can pack 3 boxes. Okay, so this is our answer. So our next question is, a group of students can be further separated into groups of 5, 13 and 17. What is the smallest possible total number of students? So here hint is given, smallest possible. Smallest, whenever the terms smallest, minimum, lowest, these terms are given in question, so we need to find out the LCM. Okay, so these hints are given. So group of student can be separated into a group, so we have to find out the smallest possible total number of student. Those can be separated into group of 5, 13 and 17. So here because smallest hint is given, so we need to find out the LCM. We need to find the LCM of 5, 13 and 17. Okay, so here I am applying the division method. 5, 13, 17. 5 1 ja 5, 13 will remain same, 17 will remain same. Now 13 1 ja 13, 17 will remain same. So LCM of 5, 13 and 17 will be 5 into 13 into 17. By multiplying we will get 1105. So this is the LCM. So our answer will be the smallest possible total number of students are number of students are 1105, which can be further separated into group of 5, 13 and 17.